if you've been following me along in these last few months, you would have known that I have been wanting to go back to school. And I, in fact, enrolled. I've been accepted. And it's going to be for a clinical mental health degree, to pursue my licensure, to be an LPC, autistic affirming therapist for families and individuals. That is a goal I've had for so many years. I have a master's in counseling already, but it wasn't for the clinical portion. So I start in January, and I've been going so back and forth, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, Monique, do we really want to do this? So I am using my military benefits. I am a military spouse. I never thought to put something like this here. That could be cute. I don't know. So this is a B5 Kukuyo, whatever, Kukuyo. And I also had got a Muji B5 because, or Noti rather, because I wanted the cover. And you just got to understand that this thing is so beautiful and so spacious. Anybody that's ever got their hands on a B5, you all know it's just really, really nice. So I have a B5 Stology. I also have this whole book. This has a cover, and I don't feel like pulling it out, but it's really nice. And I have my B5 Stology in it. So I was just playing around, and I'm going to put this to the side because that's not what this video is about. I need my fan. And I've got this. This is an A5 ring planner. So the way that this works is you've got, you can stick in something here. You've got a pocket like here you can stick in. You can also, like, say you had this, and I think that's where it was at. I forget. You can buy these on Amazon, so you can have that right there. And let's just say I wanted an actual B5 planner in here. I can kind of throw that in there. And then you've got a whole system of, like your planning, and then like say you need notes and you're in there and you want to write notes. You've got notes. This came with it. But I'm not going to do like planning in this big old size for school because I don't think I need that, but I do need note pages for school. And I thought, okay, I've got these, and I've got like 4 campus note bound lined books. They're about this thin as well. They look like this. They're super thin, and I've used them before to just play around in. Yeah. Well, no, this one's Kukuyo, and then there's one. No, yeah, it is. Should I glue this on here? Monique, why did you glue that on there? You sure did. I just want to see. Yeah, it's campus. Okay. So then I was like, I like my A5 rings. And I like my A5 rings in this small little thin little cover. And I had punched my Hobonichi. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of like, I don't know, I just want to like move that around. And I was like, I got this A5 cover, and I was like, well, you can just kind of put that shit in there. Then you got a whole system. So when I want to like plan or whatever, plan, and then I can move this out like that. There's also a pocket here, and this is literally in the pocket, this ring planner. Then I can just come over here and just start writing. The bad thing about this is that I would need a whole desk, like a huge desk, to do all my shit. But then also, if I'm just out and about and I'm studying somewhere or whatever, I can fold this on itself, and then boom, I've got my planner. So let's walk through this. I punched in a cousin a while ago, and I thought, you know, I was playing with it. I've got notes for brain dump. Then I've got weeklies. And I did this in September. Was it September? Yes. Not 2024. It's 2025. I know this is 2025. So then this was an old one. I think it's 2023. So I have weeks in here. And so I was like, well, what if you do the weeks pre-plan wise? Okay, because I would only work Monday through Friday at school. This would be a task list. Okay, I would not do school on the weekends. I've never done school on the weekends. I've went through 6 years straight of school. I never did. I also worked full time. I had a whole house. Like, my husband was deployed. I was it was crazy. And, you know, so crazy how I was able to function back then and how I was able to get stuff done. And then now I'm just like struggling. So I've got that in there for pre-planning. And then I'm like, well, what do you have for actual planning that you can put your small tasks on? A commit. These are good for morning, afternoon, evening. Or tasks like maybe this is assignments. This is my readings. This is my projects. Like, I don't know. And I had this old one in here. I already had punched a commit in A5 rings before. So it was just here. Then I got these cute little pages from Sheila. And then here are the dailies. They're just a whole bunch of Hobonichi dailies. Okay. Oh man, why'd I do that? Give it back. And then I've got that one little Hobonichi thing right here. So even if I was like, oh man, I don't even want to use this like that, I could just like take this out and use it separately. Have maybe something else, like a bigger book in here, astrology or whatever. These have pockets. They've got them in A5, B5. I've seen some B6s. And they used to sell them on Amazon, but I haven't seen it lately. So if I want to put another notebook in here, I can. If I want to put a notebook in here, I can. Like, this is a very, very good system. And I wanted to put this on my channel so that when I really start school, I can just go in my videos and I could be like grad school or whatever, and this would come up. Because again, this is an option. Is it set in stone? No. This is also an option. Astrology is also an option. I just don't think I would ever need this big for school unless I'm in 3 or 2 classes. I'm starting off really, really small, and I'm going to be in just 1 class. I'm only starting 1 class this semester, and I'm gonna just take it from there. I am in no rush to get this degree. My husband retires from work in about 3 or 4 years. My plan is to be almost finished so that when he retires, I can go into my own private practice and work remote. That's what it is. I do not want to work for a clinic. So I say right now, I want to be able to go into private practice. So I was brainstorming what things could possibly work in here, like maybe inbox notes would be this section for like assignments, class syllabus. I do need to add a monthly, yearly planning, my degree plan, passwords, maybe do a half-year astrology or a B5 notebook. That's where B5 came into play. Weeklies, I can use the commit for morning, afternoon, dailies to journal about school, or my vertical can be for the time block. However I decide, I think it's so, like, you guys have no idea. I think it's so cool that there's so many options and so many planners, and I'm just feel like I could just be super productive. And even if I'm not, I can pretend I'm productive and call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, the sky's the limit as a planner gal, as a journal gal, as a stationery gal. We just do all the things, and I love that about myself. This was a really inexpensive option. You can get it on Amazon, and I want to say it was like $8, and I have no idea where it's from, but it's not like super duper great quality. This seems like it's like fake leather. that they put on some like thicker cardstock. But it's really nice. I think I have a video on it when I first got it. I love that it has this right here. So it like snaps in the middle right there, and it's just for the actual cover. It's so entirely thin that it can just slip into anything. If I did use rings for school, it would definitely be like a compact, something compact, because again, I'm in school. And obviously I would use my main planner for other things, but I thought I wanted to put this on my channel just in case. I want that as an option. And if you're starting school, grad school, you have options as well, or any kind of school, certificate programs, whatever you're doing, that you have the option to figure out that there are things out there for you to use to go back to school. Yes, I'm 44, so I went back to school when I was 26, and I got my associates. And I was just had my Isaac. Now he's in college himself, so super fun, super thankful, and thank you for watching.